We are in our religious studies introductory session today,
Okay.
and
Um,
I'm Dr. Mugdha Yevlekar, and we have Dr. Zaki Ibrahim, who's our chair.
yes. You are welcome to Experience CSUF Day, Become a Titan for Spring 2021. Uh, Thank you for joining us, and we are happy that you are joining us to hear some information about our department, and we are excited to share with you some interesting and important facts about our department. My colleague, Dr. Yolika, would lead the session, and I will also contribute as much as possible. Okay.
So, uh, what we want to do today is just give you overview about how our department came about and who are the faculty, what do we do, what kind of careers can you do with a degree in religious studies. We have had very wonderful, successful alumni. We want to talk about them. We want to show you how our department is very active, and we also want to tell you that how we cater to the needs of each student, because we are a small department and we really care about your success. So that's what we want to show you through our work in, I want to say, more than 50 years now. So let's go and see a little bit about history of our department and why major
Yes,
at a state
yes.
university. Yes.
This is a screen and a slide we titled "Why Major in Religious Studies at State University in the First Place." As you can see, religious studies were created in the public university since 1960s, and and the reason is that people needed to study religion academically. There are seminaries that people go to learn religion, but in public universities we are studying everything academically, even though we study the religious people's ideas as well, and we train people to go to become seminary teachers as well. But whilst they are here, they are approaching everything academically. Okay. And if you look at the cultural and religious landscape of America, is widening and it's growing, and people are coming with all their diverse religions, and therefore we need to know their background and in order to work with them. So religion and study of religion affects all sorts of life in our life in America or the world, regarding international relations and U.S. politics and ethical controversies. As all this religion comes in there, religion comes in. So it's good to understand religious beliefs and practices of your colleagues, your co-workers, if you are owning a business, your clients and all that. So that is shows the importance of studying religion academically. Okay.
Why this department? We have faculty that has been trained across the globe. And when I say across the globe, I actually mean it. If you read the name of countries there, you will get an idea. United States, Australia, India, Malaysia, Canada, Belgium. And we have been very intentional in hiring our faculty. We envision ourselves as global citizens, and that's why we want to bring those cultural competencies to classroom. And you can see that people who are trained in so many countries can bring so many varieties of cultural experiences, as well as uh, um, different teaching styles. Our courses are very flexible. We offer in person, online, and prime time courses. So students are very attracted to those for that reason. We are a small department and we cater to the needs of each student. And when I say that, I mean it. You will see, you will learn that later on when we talk about different kinds of scholarships and so on.
And if you want to check our professors, you can go to our website and click under faculty, and you,
The
yeah,
link
just
link is
scroll
right
down
there.
for them to see. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. And you can click on each faculty to learn more about their work throughout the years. We are very blessed to have so many of the part-time faculty as well. So you can read more about them when you get a
okay.
chance eventually.
That's good. So we can see these are just some of the skills that we know you can get based on our alumni and feedback, critical thinking and writing, which is important for any job that you are in today. The global outlook, due to your different professors from different backgrounds and also colleagues, and then the
And
nature.
may I add here? I think global
Yes,
outlook is so important these days. We are learning about different things like the religion, violence in the name of religion all over the world. Or in the pandemic, we have also learned to work from home. If you look at this idea of global outlook from different angles, we realize that we have to really understand people who are not like ourselves, and religion provides a very powerful lens to understand how people think differently, and how religion provides a powerful vantage point to learn about who you are and where you came from, and where do you belong. And that does affect your everyday life, that outlook, that religiosity, or thinking religiously. And so I think the courses in religious studies really help you develop that global outlook and cultural sensitivity, that people
exactly.
who are different from you, how do you connect with them, how do you work with them, like Dr. Ibrahim said earlier, in a collegial manner. So I think these are important soft skills, as they say. And when you go in job markets today, I think these skills are really important. And it's not just the jobs in religious studies and academics, but these are jobs anywhere. Absolutely anywhere in the world, and any job you are going to need intercultural communication, you're going to need empathy towards people who are very different from yourselves. And so religious studies is that umbrella, education, one can say, which provides you a deep appreciation for the world around you. And that's what we do as scholars and teachers here in our department.
Very good. Recording still posted.
So yeah.
So, what can you do with a degree in religion? This is a very good question. I'm sure many of you, if you talk with your colleagues or friends, they would ask you this question. So, we have answers for you. It's a typical background and ideal for graduate study in religion, again, in religious studies. Whether you want to pursue your graduate studies in academic study of religion, or you want to pursue in religious setting and seminary, this is a very good beginning for you, and it's very easy. You have a background, as we mentioned, for seminary studies, because even though we approach things academically, we still study the beliefs and practices of religions themselves. And seminaries are teaching about their religions from their perspective. So we study them as well. So the courses we are taking would cover what they are teaching and what they are intending to do and to cover. So taking our courses will prepare you to go to that, if that is your calling. Okay, and also this degree would lead you to a career in religious ministry seminary, as we mentioned. Of course, it also opens the possibilities of for teaching in higher education. Most, if I can say, most of our students, when they are taking our classes, they take liberal studies courses as well, and in the end, they go to teaching profession. So that is a very typical example. And also, of course, parochial schools and church, synagogue, mosque, and temple religious education programs. After you finish your degree, these are all options for you if you are open to those kind of professions. And we still have other
So
examples to give.
exactly, you might be thinking, oh, looks like degree in religious studies will lead me to just keep me, will offer me opportunities just to be in the area of religious studies or religion. Well, that's not true. Let's look at a list that tells you where people have taken jobs and where which is not related to religion directly and how they have been successful. Let's look at different professions and you might be surprised here, okay?
There is, we have a link which they put in your prospective students, they send you. If you go there, you would go under religious studies because every department has their Spark link. And if you go there, you would see religious studies.
So I'll just show them our faculty. Our are you showing them, Professor Ibrahim?
If you want me to,
Yes, please. That
so
will be great. So
so I
they'll
can.
actually see who are our alumni and how they.
Okay, so should I share?
Please do.
Okay. Um, you for this program, you will see if you go there, you will scroll down and you will see religious studies. And then after, when you are in religious studies, this is the Spark page that we were talking about. And that's where you can see some sample of our alumni and what they are doing in the job market today. If you scroll down, you can read about what we have just been talking to you about. But when you scroll down, you will see some alumni that are featured here. You have Dr. Daisy Vargas. She's one of our favorite alumni. She's now assistant professor at University of Arizona, also teaching religious studies and classics. So this is just an example. She pursued the academic study of religion, and that's where she ended up. And that's a very good sample. And if you want more in administration and other places, you see we have Gladys Muldoon. She was chief of operations of the provost and Cal State Fullerton here. You see, and I think she just moved on to another position somewhere. But this until recently, she was at this position. Look at what Gladys said. I have amazing professors that kept me so interested that I wish we had a doctorate program because I would have continued my education. Most of our people, students who are in the same position like her, they go to Long Beach to pursue their graduate school or University of UC Riverside, like Daisy. That's how she did in the first place. We have another example, Ian Fowles, who is now a PhD student at Claremont Graduate School. And you can see he's an actor, he's a composer and a musician. Would you think that a graduate from religious studies would end up being an actor? So this is a degree, he says a degree in religious studies was a great preparation for helping me to understand the treasured beliefs and practices of so many people and cultures throughout the world. So we gave you example, one more example, I think Samantha Santana, she is now paralegal at the Walt Disney Company. One wouldn't think that somebody would finish our department and end up at the legal offices at the Disney World. So these are just examples. And again, it's up to you what you want to do with it. And our department would prepare you for that. So I'll just go back to Dr. Yolika. I'll stop sharing. Go ahead.
Yes. So this is the point we were trying to make, that earlier we said that religious studies can readily provide you with so many opportunities to work in the area of religion. But if you look at the data, you're going to see that there are so many other professions you can take on. And if you look at the rate of unemployment, And that is very telling of what you can do with the degree in religious studies
Yeah.
or.
And one of the most important things to figure out is when they did this survey for graduates a few years ago, they found that those in theology and religion departments, they were the highly employed. When we say lowest unemployment means higher employment, you see. So they were, the unemployment itself among them was 1%. So this is because it makes sense because not many people go to religious studies as their major. So that means the graduates have potential and they are uh, sought after. So that's why it is high, it is low, the unemployment is low. In other words, out of 100 people who graduate from religious studies, only one person may not get job.
Exactly.
All
And
the
what kind.
99% would get job.
Absolutely. And what kind of jobs that might be then out of religious studies? Of course, religious vocations was mentioned earlier, but look at this list: advertisement and publishing, marketing and management, education, international business, counseling, social work, right? Government agencies, human rights. I'm not going to read all of it. Peace Corps, non-profits, healthcare. Remember the paralegal example that we provided. So these are various. Religious studies is a very interdisciplinary, discipline. We readily prepare students in some ways in so many different aspects of humanities, and that is why I'm not surprised to see that religious studies majors have taken up jobs in all different areas like this one. So now, what is religious studies? What does it look like at CSUF, and what do we do here in our department?
Yes, and as you can see, this is really telling you directly what we actually do right now as professors toward you or directed at you as students. We teach courses about Sikhism, American religions, Hinduism, Islam, Judaism, global Christianity, Jainism, Buddhism, and new religious movement. So you cover everything. So that's why we call the religious studies department. For recently, our name was called comparative religion. That was focusing on the approach, but the reality is that we are studying religions of the world. So we teach courses about religion and all aspects of social life as well. Religion and sexuality, religion and violence, religion and film, all these are offered right now. If you come and you are interested in those courses, we are going to offer them to you. You find them available. Uh,
Our
Various lectures and events. Professor Mugdal can continue with this. She
Absolutely. Our department is very active, and we like to bring classroom to the real world. That is our motto. And this is why we bring in so many scholars throughout the year in conversation. We have a conference about Jain studies every year. Last year, the focus was non-violence and Jainism. That was the theme. This year, we are planning the conference, and we'll bring scholars about who work on Jain studies all over the world. They will be there in conversation. Um, we have invited esteemed photographers and to reflect on the photographs that they took about religion, and the photographs were from, I want to say, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, India, Mexico, so many places. It was a
and even the
wonderful
European
conversation.
countries.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. We are going to have one more event very soon, and that's about magic, miracles, and religion. And we always try to take a little bit of different approach. In this event, also, we have performance of magic, but also conversation about magic, miracles, and religion. So, our department is very active. We have a really good religious studies student club, and in the pre-pandemic era we used to do events on campus, but even now we are meeting online. We have had virtual with dinner with faculty and students, so students have access to their professors in our department, And success of a student is not just for the 4 years. We really look after our students even after they graduate. We want them to come back and be in touch, and your success in career is our success. That's how we look at it. Yeah.
Yes. Looks like the time is going. We wanted to leave some a few minutes for questions, or
Yes,
if
so you can,
there if
yeah,
there are some
absolutely.
questions. So we are just going to scroll through the
Absolutely. So here, I think you will get a brief overview of nature of courses, and this is a really important
yes.
information, Dr. Ibrahim. Yeah,
Yes,
you
this
can
is
say.
our major and minor areas that we are doing. We just revamped our department, BA Religious Studies requirements. It's still 36 units. That's only 12 classes. However, we used to have 8 different categories that you have to fulfill in order to graduate. Now it has been consolidated into 4. So from 8 to 4, that is a very good move in terms, and we did this to take care of whatever is going to be helpful for students and easier for them to graduate. And then we have 4 minors in our department: religious studies minor, Christian studies minor, Islamic studies minor, Jewish studies minor. These are minors that you can take in addition to your BA, or students can from accounting or from psychology can who are majoring there can come and take one of these majors
And our core,
minors.
yeah, and
And
our
you
courses are very competitive. But if you compare with, the number of units you need for a minor, they are very attractive to students because they
exactly
are one of the, yeah,
it
easy
used to
to
be
finish.
21, now it has been reduced to 18, so that is a catch.
This is a really important thing that I had mentioned in the beginning of our conversation, and that is we are a small department, but we have several scholarships and several opportunities of funding. We have not mentioned a couple of them here, but last year before pandemic, we were going to send 2 students to India. We were actually going to sponsor their flights and stay and so on. So it's a small department, but we cater to your needs. We have several places and ways in which we support you. And of course, you can, find, like I said, there is a very vibrant student club. You can find more information about that too.
Very good. So these are some of the sources we are like unemployment rates where we got the information. So
Exactly. And
these
this is
were
all posted on our website. So if you have any questions, or if you want to refer it back again, you can go back there. And we hope you learned about our department and the work we do and the pride we take in the success of our students throughout our presentation. Thank you.
and we